Welcome back, friends. This episode, we are going to talk about when people stop checking in after your loved one has died or when they seem to stop caring. So, welcome back, friends. And this episode, we're going to talk about after the prayer service, after the funeral, after the wake, when somebody dies, you have an influx of phone calls, text messages, just people reaching out saying, like, oh, like, I'm sorry, you're my thoughts and my prayers, like all the things. And then after the funeral, it kind of seems like everybody's gone. People have disappeared. Nobody seems to know that you're struggling, or if they do, they just kind of avoid the topic because they don't want to make you more sad. And so, what do we do with this? What do we do when it seems like nobody cares that we're struggling and we don't feel supported? So, I'm going to give you a few specific tips that you can do. And the punchline is that anything that other people do for us, we can do for ourselves. However, sometimes it does feel nice to know that other people care. And so, what I want you to do is, I want you to get really specific. I want you to really think like, on these days, it would help me a lot if a friend did this. And what is that thing? For some of us, it might be to reach out and say, hey, do you want to meet up and have a cup of coffee after work or on a lunch break? Let's just meet up for lunch quick. Another thing might be to say, hey, to a friend and be like, hey, could you text me like once a week or every other week and just say, like, how are you? How are you handling this? Like, are you okay? Right? Like just to check in. Like, and it doesn't necessarily matter the wording, but or it, if it does matter, just really give them specific words to say that make you feel supported and loved. And be like, hey, could you just set a reminder in your phone so every week on Wednesday at noon, you get a reminder that says, I need to text my friend and see how they're doing. And maybe you want them to text something and be like, maybe you want to reach out to them and say, hey, is it okay if like when I'm having a hard day, like can I text you just like my favorite memory of my mom? Can I just reach out and be like, I'm having a really hard day today, and let them know what that means. Let them know if on those hard days you want them to ask you, hey, do you want to meet up for coffee? Do you want me to just send back like a text message that just says hearts or like sad face? Or do you want me to just like, do you want me to be there and call you and like, so you can listen and you can talk through it? And maybe you're like, I want all of those things. And I don't necessarily know what I want on those days, but yes, just give me like a bullet list of like option A, option B, option C, right? Because some days we want to hide in our house. Some days we do want to go out and we want to talk to somebody and we just want to be sad with another person. And it kind of varies. It goes up and down. And so with all of that, yes, you can reach out to somebody and you can say, "Hey, here's the specific ways that you can help me." But what I find oftentimes is people don't even know how they can be helped or how they can be supported. They just expect other people to know. Like, for example, after my mom died, especially, I was having a very hard time with it. There's just something about losing your mom that you just feel like you're on a raft in the vast ocean and you don't know how to find your way home. Like, there's just something that feels very lonely about it. And so I would get upset with my husband because I expected him to know what to do or what to say on those days where I felt like that. And he didn't. For one, he's never really lost anybody that close to him. He's never, especially lost a parent. The people that have died in his life, for the most part, have been, grandparents or older, ones that are kind of expected or that you're not really like shocked. Um, And that's not bad on him, but it's just he really didn't know what to do. And I also didn't know what to do in those moments because it was new for me also. I didn't know what questions I needed asked or if I just needed a hug. I just was like, you should see me struggling. And you've been with me since we've been in high school. Like, you should know. But the reality was, I didn't even know. And so I want you, first and foremost, before you reach out to a friend, a family member to get that support, I want you to just write out and journal, like, what do I need to feel supported? And I just want you to write out like anything and everything you can think of. And it will be different for different days, but just be like, some days I want a hug. Some day I just want to cry. And I don't want anybody to say anything. I just want them to be like, yeah, this really sucks and I'm sorry. Or some days I want to go and I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory and I want to eat all the cheesecake that I possibly want and I don't want anybody to say anything. Like it just kind of goes up and down, right? So I want you to write out all those things that you can think of. Just how do I feel supported? And then from that, I also want you to make a list of 20 very simple things that you love and enjoy. And so this can be anything from I love reading a good book to I love a coffee. I love peppermint flavoring. I love when my bed is made and then when I get in at night, like it's made and it just feels nice and like ready for me. I love fuzzy, comfy pants. I love fuzzy blankets. Or like maybe you like a certain tea or maybe you're like, I just like when I can sit for a few minutes and I like to journal. So maybe I just need a new journal. Like I like journals. Just listing out 20 very simple things. And then I want you to ask yourself, how can I incorporate these things into my day? Because these little things make us feel loved and supported, whether or not anybody else in our life is showing up for us. And so that is like kind of like again, the kicker, the punchline of all this is that we can do all of these things for ourselves. The other kicker is, though, to ask yourself, do I always want that? Do I always want to be able to be like, nope, I got my own back, like I can do this, like, right? Because on those days where you really do want somebody, it doesn't feel good when like I'm the one who has to be like, no, I really need to go to bed. I'm having a hard day. Please put the kids to bed. Like I can't do anything. Like I want somebody to see that and see me and see my needs and take care of me. And so when we list out these simple things and when we get very clear with ourselves how we can feel supported, we then have a whole list that we can give maybe our spouse or a friend or another loved one. And we have a whole list where we can say, hey, here's some ideas on how to support me. Like, I know it bounces out from day to day, but like, please give me like a tangible item that like if you're close by, right? Like if they have to mail it to you and it takes a few days. But we also live in a world where there's technology where somebody can like order a book on Amazon and send you like the ebook, right? Like they can gift you an ebook right to your phone. Like it's amazing. Technology is amazing. It really truly is. It's frustrating, but it is very amazing. And so maybe you're like, "Hey, I just need something tangible." Maybe you're like, "Could you maybe there's like the gift card, right? Like you could do like a Starbucks gift card that you can just send right to that person via email or an Amazon gift card and be like, hey, I know you're having a hard time. Like, I really want you to buy yourself a book and something that you enjoy or some fuzzy socks. Like, I've looked at your list and like, here's how I can help you, right? So I want you to like take that list, have that for yourself, and also have it to share with others so they can support you. Because what I have found is most of the time people want to help, they just truly don't know how to help. And so this is a way that not only are you going to help yourselves, you're going to help them help you. And it'll just feel just warm and wonderful all together. So I will see you next episode, and I hope that you have the very best possible day that you can. And if you want to get more tips, more ideas, ways that I specifically can help you come up with your list, or if you're like, actually, I don't have anybody close to me and I don't have anybody that I can reach out to, I want you to come and talk with me and we can talk through that and what that looks like for you. So you can book a free discovery call, nursegriefcoaching.com, or it's in the show notes below. And again, I hope you guys have the best possible day you can. And I'm praying for you. I will see you next time.